Good day, everyone. Today's presentation will be on a topic that poses a significant challenge to global health, microbial antibiotic resistance. Let's start off by understanding what antibiotic resistance is. Antibiotic resistance occurs when bacteria, viruses, fungi, and other microbes evolve and develop the ability to withstand the effects of antibiotics. In simpler terms, the drugs that once effectively treated infections become less or entirely ineffective. Microbes, particularly bacteria, employ several mechanisms to resist antibiotics. One primary way is through genetic mutations. Over time, bacteria can undergo changes in their DNA, leading to altered proteins that antibiotics can no longer target effectively. Other mechanisms through which this ability is transferred is through horizontal gene transfer, vertical gene transfer. Bacteria have the remarkable ability to share genetic material with one another. If one bacterium develops resistance, it can pass the trait to other bacteria, even those of different species. Christoph will now take you through the factors which encourage antibiotic resistance in microbes.
Good afternoon, everyone. I'll be looking at the factors which encourage antibiotic resistance in microbes. So the first factor would be the overprescription and misuse. So resistance can arise as a result of improper antibiotic usage, which includes self-medication, treatment regimen that are not completed, and prescription for viral diseases. Drug-resistant bacteria may spread as a result, making future illness treatment more challenging. Antibiotic overuse and overprescription can potentially raise healthcare expenses and overburden healthcare system. The second factor would be inadequate dosage. Antibiotic may not be able to completely eradicate all germs, which may lead to the survival and spread of resistant forms. Antibiotic-resistant infection may result from this, making it more difficult to treat bacterial illnesses in the future. Inadequate dosing may also raise the chance of repeated infection since the body may not fully get rid of the germs. The third factor would be used in agriculture. Antibiotics are often used in cattle to promote and prevent illness. Due to their extensive use, resistant strains may arise that might eventually find their way into human food chain. This is a serious public health concern over the spread of antibiotic-resistant bacteria from cattle to people. Furthermore, the overuse of antibiotics in agriculture may be a factor in the general population's increased susceptibility to antibiotics. Next is the global travel and trade. International collaboration is necessary to address the worldwide issue of resistant bacteria, which can spread through travel and trade across borders. The possibility of broad transmission makes this more worrying because asymptomatic persons can readily harbor these resistant germs. Hence, it is imperative to establish worldwide surveillances and control protocols to impede the further proliferation of these hazardous infections. Poor infection control. The transmission of resistant strain can occur in healthcare settings due to the inadequate hygiene standard, particularly in hospitals where a high concentration of vulnerable persons is present. Patients may experience greater rate of morbidity and death as a result, and their hospital admission may be longer and their medical expenses may arise. Furthermore, inadequate infection control practices might exacerbate the worldwide public health dilemma of antibiotic resistance by fostering the emergence of novel bacteria that are resistant to biotic. And the final factor would be formation of biofilms. So the structure of biofilms provide a protective shield for bacteria, making it difficult for antibiotics to penetrate and target the bacterial cells within. The protective environment allows bacteria to exchange genetic material more easily, including genes associated with antibiotic resistance.
I'll be taking you through the advantages and disadvantages of antibiotic resistance in microbes. To begin, the advantages are good hygiene practice, infection prevention, and control procedures can minimize the spread of these bacteria. Secondly, careful prescribing of antibiotics will reduce the development of more antibiotic resistant strains of this bacteria. And the disadvantages are some bacteria that are capable of causing serious diseases are becoming resistant to commonly used antibiotics. Infections caused by antimicrobial resistant bacteria are more challenging and costly to treat. And lastly, antimicrobial resistant bacteria can spread from one person to another in a community or from patient to patient in a hospital or clinic. Rishi will now be taking over.
Hi, good afternoon, everyone. I'll be taking you through the application of antibiotic resistance in industries and medicine. Application of antibiotic resistance in industry. Impact on drug development. The rise of antibiotic resistance has led to a reduced effectiveness of existing antibiotics, prompting the need for the development of new antibiotics and alternative treatments. Increase healthcare costs. Antibiotic resistance can lead to longer hospital stays, additional medical visits, and the need for more expensive drugs and treatments, resulting in higher healthcare costs for both patients and healthcare systems. Agricultural and livestock impact. In the agricultural and livestock industry, antibiotic resistance can affect animal health and food production, leading to economic losses and potential risk to public health through the consumption of resistant bacteria in food products. Application of antibiotic resistance in medicine. Antibiotic resistance is a significant problem in medicine that affects everyone. It makes it harder to treat infections, leading to longer hospital stays, more doctor visits, and a higher risk of severe illness and death. Antibiotic resistance also reduces the available treatment options, making it more challenging to find effective treatments for infections. Vulnerable populations, such as those in low resource settings, are especially impacted by antibiotic resistance, as they may have limited access to effective treatments, leading to poorer health outcomes. To address this problem, public health experts and policymakers are working on solutions such as promoting appropriate antibiotic use, improving diagnostics, and developing new vaccines and medicines. And that's the end of our presentation. Thank you for listening.